Hey, what's up, everybody? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us for more Third and Long content.
You know, and I think that's just funny thing how my life has always turned out. Like, you know, given an opportunity, I do big in my opportunity, but you know, don't get a lot of love back, and I've learned to accept that. And that was one instance where first year playing defense, and funny story about me playing defense. The first day I go back to my high school, I go by to go see the football coach. He looks me up and down, and he's like, you know what? We had defensive ends that look just like you. Go to the next level. You know, go play college ball. We're gonna have you play defensive end. I was like, sure, right? And so, and my D line coach at the time, Coach Jr., who passed away. You know, RP Coach Jr. But I remember during the Jamboree game, I remember looking at him at the sideline after every play, like, should I be up or down? Because I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he told me easy. Your defense, you line up right here, and you get the person with the ball. Simple as that. Like, all right, I can do that. Because I didn't know. I was a receiver. I wanted to catch, right? So I'm like this. Should I do 2-point? Like, at the time, 2-point, 3-point? What should I do? And he's in the game like, go down. Boom, go down, make me some plays. Like I said, end up 22.5 sacks, 2-star recruit. And
2-star?
2-star.
Yeah.
And I remember the rival dude gave it to me. It was the happiest day of my life to that point.
You went from 1 to 2 or
I went from 0 to 2. I remember after one of these Jamboree games, you know, the rival guy comes up to me. He was like, yeah, Josh, so we're going to make you a 2-star recruit. I thought, I'm a star? I'm a star? Like, I'm something. Like, it was the best thing because I was never given anything.
Yeah.
So it was like, for me to have that little bit of light was so special to me. But then no offers came. That's why I'm not supposed to say the school. I don't like a certain school up there in Jersey, you know, because they kept coming to me. They kept visiting me. And then, you know, I thought they were going to give me an offer. Didn't give me an offer. Told me I was too small to play the position, but they just recruited somebody from my high school a couple years back who I was bigger than.
Yeah.
So it's like, now you're going to lie in my face.
Yeah.
So then no offers came from there. And I think if that school wasn't good to give this guy an offer, you know, in my mind, like, why would any other school?
Yeah.
So
you kind of doubted yourself?
I didn't doubt. Well, I didn't know what the process was. I didn't understand the process anyway. For me to doubt myself or not, I knew what I did, and you know, I was happy that I did it. But you know, I wasn't expecting anything.
Yeah.
And then Monmouth came. I remember touring the school, right? And the D-line coach sat me in the room watching a little bit of tape. And the first thing he told me was, so here, we don't really teach you anything. We just let you go play. And from my mind, not really knowing the position, I'm like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can go out there, put me out there, I'll make some plays. And then we're walking through the locker room, and I see a picture of Miles Austin. And I was like, whoa, Miles Austin went here. So in my mind, it went from, okay, Monmouth, whatever, to like, oh, if he can make it out, I can make it out. And so a couple weeks later, you know, I called him back up, and I committed there. And that was really my commitment. And, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
At that point.
But
I had to trick my mind, though, too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, I'm coming here for an education.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what it was really all about.
So what happened after that? I heard, obviously you weren't on anybody's anybody else's real recruiting radar. And I heard there was a crazy story how Kentucky found out about you.
Yep. Man, so committed to Monmouth. So do you want me to tell you how you want me to start this? Start it from my perspective or their perspective?
Tell it from your perspective.
My perspective, I got a call the night before Kentucky came to the school. Coach calls me, hey, Kentucky's coming down to see you tomorrow. I was like, it didn't hit. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And so, you know, I wake up, get ready to go to school like any other day. And I'm in first and second period. I get a call to come to the office. I leave the office. I'm walking down, and luckily my class was in the main hallway, and they're sitting there. My godfather was actually the head security guard, so he's there. Coach Derek Ansley, who's the defensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Chargers now, and my head football coach is standing right there. And I'm walking there, I feel like I'm taking forever, and so I get up to him. He looks me up and down. He's like, "Okay, I like it.
I like what I see.
We go downstairs, and we go to my coach's office, and he straight up was like, "I like what I see, Josh. I want to give you a full ride scholarship."
What?
I said, "What?" I was like, "What?" It was just so crazy. Then we call my mom. My mom leaves work, comes straight to the high school. And I swear she was there for swear she got there in like 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And she worked across town.
Mm-hmm.
I swear she got there like 10 minutes. So they're laying it down on my mom like, "Hey, my sister's at Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
Josh is, we want Josh to come play at University of Kentucky. That a quick trip for you to come see both of us." And, trying to sell her. They already done sold me.
Yeah.
So, but trying to sell her. So she was like, "Man, I will, that's awesome."
Mm-hmm.
So then they asked me, they're like, "But one thing, we want you to come on your official visit today."
Mm. So
I was like, look at my mom. I was like, "Sure."
I ain't got nothing to do.
So we go to the principal's office, and luckily our principal at the time played collegiate football at University of Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
And so we told him, what was happening. He said, "Sure, go ahead."
Yeah.
So next thing I know, I'm back home, packing my bag in a limo on the way to the airport with Coach Ansley, in the car with him over there. I'm committed at the time. Call up the head coach from Monmouth at the time as well. I was like, "Hey, Coach, better opportunity. I found a better opportunity at University of Kentucky, not only for myself, for my family, and to grow as a player." Blah, 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 blah. He was starting to say something, and I got so anxious and nervous what he was going to tell me. I hung up on him.
Dang.
I hung up on him because I didn't want to feel like
you didn't want to feel bad.
No.
Yeah.
So I hung up on him, and then, that night I go out, I land there, and it was home.
Yeah.
It was home. Like, as soon as the energy that I got there, it was like, damn, this is about to be my home.
Yeah.
Go there. I'm eating food, and I'm jokingly like, "Where do I sign? I want to commit right now."
Yeah.
So then later, that night we go out with the guys, in my visit. I meet Bud for the first time out there.
Bud Dupree.
Sorry.
I was going to ask you about, that's a good segue. I was going to ask you about Bud and Zadarius. And, you go into Kentucky. You have a great career, obviously. You set the franchise record, or not the franchise, the
career.
Yeah, the career high, and with 31 and a half sacks with guys who like Bud Dupree and Zadarius that went there. Tell me about looking up to them, because those guys are my class, so I know their game, I know the type of players they were, but you coming in, looking up to them and where you were able to take your game in Kentucky.
I can't take too much credit. They was only there. I think they were only there for 2 years, because I know Zadarius came from junior college. I really don't know about Bud and how I don't know if he was there 4 years or not, but I know Zadarius was there for 2 years or a year. But I didn't meet those guys until year 2, my second year, or but I didn't really. The only thing I really knew about those two were, I remember watching the South Carolina, two things about watching Kentucky play on TV. The first time I watched them ever, I was young, or I was in high school, and I remember they was playing Mississippi State, and they were getting, this is when Dak was there, number 1 team, killing them. And I told myself, I swear, this is why I don't never do this no more. I was like, I would never play for that team. Never play for Kentucky, because they were getting whooped. I was like, I would never play for that team.
Yeah.
So then full circle moment, it's like, now I'm committed to the University of Kentucky.
Yeah.
So I told myself, and then I did it for the Jags too, but not that way. But we'll get to that later.